Hey everybody, so here we are, it's Whip It Up Wednesday. I actually completely forgot it was Wednesday today. So I'm throwing together a quick meal. I love breakfast for dinner, so tonight we are going to be doing some breakfast for dinner, highlighting the ceramic egg cooker. So a couple things to detail on this. I will actually describe this in just a moment. I am going to wait until a couple of you guys show up, and then I'm actually going to grab the lid to this because I kind of forgot it. So just a heads up to everybody, unfortunately I'm going to take a couple breaks because I only have one ceramic egg cooker for now. So I'll be taking a couple breaks so I can go and actually wash it. So I apologize because my sink is kind of the opposite direction, so while I wash it, you guys are going to see my bum. So, yay! Hey Jason, how's it going? So anyhow, we'll go ahead and dive right in. So, Whip It Up Wednesday, dinner for breakfast. So, what is the best thing for breakfast, in my personal opinion? It's eggs. I love eggs. But what accompanies eggs the best, I would say, is a muffin. So we're going to start off with a muffin, and then we are going to make a scrambled egg. And then, you know, dinner really isn't dinner unless it's followed by a dessert. So even if you're having breakfast for dinner, that doesn't mean you don't get a dessert. So we're going to be making a dessert, and we're going to make a brownie in the ceramic egg cooker. So a couple things to note about the ceramic egg cooker. This is one of our brand new products from the spring and summer line, and it is ceramic, so you can kind of hear the nice little, I don't know, glass sounding thing. But it's got this silicone grip on it, and what that does is this gets nice and hot, but when I reach into the microwave, I can actually pull it out. I'm not going to burn my hands or anything like that, which is really great. The other thing that it comes with is the lid. So the lid has a removable silicone ring, so makes it really easy to clean, put back together. It's also got this vent hole. This is really the big trick when it comes to this cooker. So together, I put the two together, I put it in the microwave with whatever's in there. It cooks in about a minute, sometimes a minute and a half, and voila, you've got breakfast for dinner. So again, we're going to start off with the muffin. So we're going to start with a tablespoon of butter, and we're just going to melt that down. Sorry, my butter's a little soft today. We're going to melt that down in the ceramic egg cooker in the microwave. So we're going to put that in the microwave for about 15 seconds. And while that's melting, I will measure out the next couple of ingredients. So we've got a tablespoon of milk, 1 egg yolk. So you guys can kind of see I've already cracked my eggs. That's for 2 separate recipes. One of the yolks broke, so hopefully I can separate them pretty well. But it's an egg yolk, a tablespoon of milk. Oh, that's not even close to a tablespoon of milk, 3 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Ooh, yes, I do have baking powder, good. And then it calls for blueberries because it's a lemon blueberry muffin. I didn't have blueberries, so today we're going to be using blackberries. So we're going to put a couple of those blackberries in it, a little bit of lemon zest, which is over here. And then we're going to cook it for 1 minute. So it's going to take longer for me to put all of the ingredients into the ceramic egg cooker than it will for me to actually cook this muffin. Alright, so we're going to add the egg yolk, hoping that we don't break 2 of them. There we go. So we've got the egg yolk in there. So we're mixing the butter, the egg yolk, the milk, and the vanilla. So I've got a tablespoon of milk. For those of you that don't know, my recipe's right here. That's why I'm like staring over there. So this is the first time I've actually made this recipe. I have made the eggs many a time, so you'll see me whip those up pretty quickly. So it's a tablespoon of milk, 3 tablespoons of flour. Where is mine? So we're going to do 3 tablespoons of, oh, we're not doing the flour yet, sorry. Oh, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Got something on my shirt. Alright, so we're going to mix up the milk, the vanilla, the egg yolk, and the butter. And here's the best part of mixing. Really all I have to do is put the lid on it and shake it a little bit. So you'll see, again, we've got that silicone rim in there. So we're just going to put this on nice and tight. I'm going to cover the vent hole. If you don't cover the vent hole, you're going to have a whole big mess. And then we're just going to shake it, mix that egg yolk up. That sounded kind of funny. Alright, so that's well mixed. And then we are going to add the 3 tablespoons of flour and 2 tablespoons of sugar. So I'm using our, this is one of our tablespoon sets. And the thing that I love about it is they kind of all snap together. So it's really easy and compact to store. So I've shown you a couple of the adjustable, or I've used the adjustable a couple times. But this whole set, it comes with a tablespoon, a half tablespoon, a teaspoon, half teaspoon, quarter teaspoon, eighth of a teaspoon. And those are all the ones that comes in it. And it's just really nice and easy to kind of stack them all, throw them in the drawer. You don't lose any. You can definitely tell when one's missing. So you go looking for that just to make sure. Alright, so we're going to do 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm not the best at measuring. I'm more like my friend Cindy. I like to just kind of wag it. But when it comes to baking, you're supposed to actually measure. And then a quarter teaspoon of baking powder. And then again, we're going to flip this up, or put the top on, and we're just going to shake it up. I might have to do a little bit of hand mixing, but shouldn't be too bad. So again, put the lid on, shake, shake, shake. And like I said, one of the things that I really love about this is it's real compact. So as you can tell, I'm making kind of a mess right now. But I'm using a couple extra tools. When I make eggs, you know, typically if you make eggs, you put it in a bowl, especially scrambled eggs, you put it in a bowl, you crack them, you add in whatever mixtures you like to add in. So I like to do a little bit of milk in my eggs because it kind of makes it nice and frothy, if you may. So nice and fluffy. That's probably the better way. So just stir that up a little bit. And then I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of berries. Really, I'm just going to do a couple berries. So we got the berries in there. And then a little bit of lemon zest. I called for a teaspoon of lemon zest. And I like the lemony smell and taste, so I put in a little bit extra than the teaspoon. Alright, so it says microwave uncovered, so I don't have to put the lid on it for 1 minute. And the way that you know it's done is when you push down on the top of it, it's going to spring back up. So while we do that, we were talking about when I make scrambled eggs. So when I'm making scrambled eggs, you know, you crack the eggs into a bowl, so you have the bowl. Then you whip it up with a fork, so you have the fork. Then you put some milk on it. If you're one of those measuring types, you might measure out your milk. I don't. I just pour it. So that's not an extra dish. But I've got the bowl. I've got the fork. Then I put it in the frying pan. So I'm going to dirty the frying pan. And then I'm usually going to use one of my bamboo paddles here, and I'm going to push that around so I don't scratch up my nonstick pan. And now I have dirtied, at a minimum, 4 things. If I want to use the fork in the frying pan, I've only dirtied 3 things, but I'm probably going to have to get a new frying pan much sooner because I'm going to scratch up the surface. So I've dirtied 4 things. Here's the beauty of the ceramic egg cooker. The only thing I dirty in order to make it is the ceramic egg cooker. That's it. All I have to do is crack the eggs, put them in, and I'll show you that in a second, how easy it is. So this one's not quite done yet, but you can see kind of the berries are starting to show through there. So we're going to cook it a little bit longer because it was a little undone. So if it's not done, Pampered Chef recommends 15-second increments from then on, so we'll check it in 15 seconds. While that's going, I'm going to go ahead and wash the lid since I know that's one of the things that we're going to have to get to in a second. All right, let's check on this thing now. Oh yeah. As you can see, it's kind of coming up a little bit further. You got the berries in there. Oh, it smells delicious. We've got just a little bit more left. 15 more seconds. Every microwave is just slightly different in power, so apparently mine isn't the most powerful microwave out there. We're not as good as our Pampered Chef Test Kitchen, but we'll keep moving. All right, so we're done with that. We still have to use the milk. Still got the flour. Oh, perfect. All right, so now, let's see if I can get this. I really wish I had a better view here. So now what you got is, I'm just going to do it off screen. Okay, so we got 15 more seconds, and then it'll be done. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our mix and stir to release it. And I've used this all the time. So in case you were wondering, this is how often I use it, because it's pretty much every show you see me using this. This is our small one. We also have a large size. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now I'm off screen, so I apologize because my plate is over here. But we're just going to take the mix and stir and kind of loop it around and pour out the muffin. And there you go. That's our beautiful berry lemon berry muffin. All right, so we're gonna go wash this real quick. The good thing about it being nice and hot is it's gonna be very easy to clean. And here is, if you guys can hear me, I hope you can. And again, I apologize you have to stare at my bum. Alrighty, so again, that's how easy it is to clean. It's ceramic and it's stone, so it retains heat really well. It's still quite warm, but it's got the, but since it's warm, it kind of releases the food much easier and cooks really easy. So, back to these scrambled eggs. I've got 2 eggs. I'm just going to crack them right into the egg cooker. And remember, we were talking about 4 separate things is usually what it takes to dirty. That's not even counting what you used to eat on. So the plate and the maybe new fork, maybe you go and rinse your fork, you're fine there. All right, so I'm really basic when it comes to my scrambled eggs. I like a little bit of salt. I like a little bit of pepper. I got my 2 eggs in there. I like to take half a piece of cheese. The other half I like to use to top it. Yes, I'm one of those people. I still like fake cheese. American cheese is my favorite when it comes to scrambled eggs. If it comes to other stuff, I like Munster. Munster's just fun to say. So I haven't shaken this yet, so I just throw a couple pieces of cheese in there. And then I've got bacon. Everything is better with bacon. If you guys haven't seen the Jim Gaffigan sketch with bacon, it's definitely worth seeing. So I cooked this bacon off in our deep ridged baker, and I'm not going to use all of it because I don't need that much bacon. But what I love about our deep ridged baker, it goes in the microwave as well, and it's got these nice ridges. So you cook the bacon, it keeps the fat away from the bacon, kind of cooks that off, and makes it nice and crispy, but not like burnt crispy. All right, so for this recipe, I'm actually going to put the lid on. I'm going to cover the vent hole again because I've got to shake. So we're going to shake this up, and I'm going to show you so you can see, maybe, there you go. You can see the scrambled egg there, hopefully, yeah. You see the bacon bits in there, you see a little bit of salt and pepper. And then we're going to throw that in the microwave. Because I do this often, I know it takes me about 1 minute and 20 seconds in my microwave. I might have to stir it one time and then put it back in for another 10 seconds. So that is our scrambled eggs. It was that easy. Did you guys not see? I literally just put eggs in there, salt, pepper, couple pieces of bacon, little pieces of cheese, and I've got egg in about a minute. We'll call it 2 minutes. It took probably about 2.5 minutes because I was talking. So 2.5 minutes, you've got breakfast done. For those of you that are anything like me and you like to multitask, one of the things that I do when I'm kind of running ragged in the morning is I come out here, I quickly throw some stuff together, I throw it in the microwave, I go take my shower, I come out, I grab it out of the microwave after I change, and I eat in the car. Really easy, really portable, just kind of a simple breakfast. And then when you're like me and you forget that it's Whip It Up Wednesday and you really weren't planning on cooking, another really simple way to make a quick dinner. If you have kids in the house, this can make up to 4 eggs at a time, so you just saw me put 2 in. You can put 2 more. You just made breakfast for 2 kids at least. So in about 5 minutes, you can make breakfast for a family of 4 pretty quickly. Alright, we got about 5 seconds left. As you guys can tell, I was a little hungry, so I took a little snack. Oh yeah. So look at that. That is our egg. So I'm going to break it up just to make sure there isn't any uncooked. And this is kind of the scrambling process. But you don't even have to do that. You can make it look like a bug. So we've got our egg there. Alright, we're going to do one more thing, and that is the brownie. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make that off screen so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me make a brownie and clean the ceramic egg cooker again. But I will take a picture of the egg and the muffin and the brownie. So far this is 2/3 of breakfast for dinner. We've got our eggs, we've got our berry lemon muffin, and then we're going to have a brownie, which I'm not going to eat, but I'm going to make anyways just so I can show you guys how to do it. If you want to stick, you know what, we're going to stay live. So if you want to stick around and watch, great. If not, totally understandable. I'm not going to get upset that you guys all leave, all 2 people that are here. But, so let me real quick wash up the brownies. Again, I'm sorry that you got to look at my backside. Alrighty, so again, just that quickly, we clean this up. So we're just going to dry it off on the inside. If you guys notice, I didn't dry off the inside for the scrambled eggs. I don't mind a little bit of water in my scrambled eggs. Those of you who like to go to Waffle House and have their omelets, that's actually how they make their omelets. They put a little bit of water in there, and then they use one of those, what is it called, the milkshake machines. You know, the old school ones where it had the metal glass. And they add all that air into it. We actually have a tool that helps you do that, our whipped cream maker. If you wanted to make nice fluffy egg omelets or scrambled eggs, you can actually use the whipped cream maker and kind of pump some air into your eggs. We'll do that on another video. Alright, for the brownies, I'm trying to remember the recipe. Okay, so we've got, I know it's the butter, and you know what, I apologize. I have to go find the recipe because I had it, but I don't remember the exact amounts for the sugar and the flour. I am so sorry.